Hi there, mochi video part 2. I said in my previous video that the next time I went to the Asian grocery store and if I came across any of the fresh or shelf-stable mochi, I would get some and compare the two. And I went to Woolies as well, and they had the mochi ice cream on sale. So I was more willing to pick up some more of it while it was on sale. And if my phone falls while I'm recording this, I really hope it doesn't. It looks a bit wobbly. Hopefully it'll be all right. Please don't fall. But they were on sale, so I bought some. And I bought the other flavors because I tried the passion fruit and mango one. I really like it. And remember, if you watched the previous video, it was a bit gooey and the ice cream was melting because it had been like out of the freezer for a while and I brought it home and things like that. Well, these are right out of the freezer. So this is Belgian chocolate and hazelnut, honey roasted pistachio. I'm not going to open all of them because goodness, I can't eat all of them. And golden blonde chocolate, which is this caramel cone. Steve would like this because he likes caramel. I'm not crazy about white chocolate. So nutty perfection. Let's see, pistachio. I like pistachio, but do I want pistachio or chocolate? Not sure. Anyway, so I think pistachio. So the other night, Steve had like the open box of the mango and passion fruit. This was a few days ago. And he bites into it and they're frozen because they're straight out of the freezer. And I said, oh no, you've got to wait like 5 minutes because that's what it says on the instructions. Wait 5 minutes before you eat because it says here, like, give it 5 minutes. And he didn't listen. So he just ate it right away. And his reaction was, oh my God, it does taste like, feel like human skin. I have no idea. But the texture is completely different when it is frozen straight out of the freezer compared to when it's, so they look like this, when it's been sitting out in room temperature for a while. So this is completely frozen. You can see the ice on it. Cold. Nutty. If you like pistachio, this is nice. It's still soft enough that you can chew through it, but it's hard-ish. So it's still got that chewy texture, but because the ice cream inside is fairly solid, it is a completely different experience from when it's melted a bit. So it is very chewy. It is a bit solid. I've never tried human skin. I don't know, maybe I'll go and bite Steve or something. But I can see where, you know, you could kind of, think it's like human skin. It is weird. I'm not sure I like it, but it's different because it's quite solid. So, and then I was talking about the shelf-stable ones. And we were out at the grocery store the other day and they had some of these. These are shelf-stable. Depending on where you get it, they're either in the refrigerator or they're just on the shelf. These are Japanese. I got the yuzu flavor. There are a ton of flavors. I got the yuzu flavor because I like yuzu. So that's yuzu, and then the other one, I don't know what. This one is black sesame. I like the black sesame. And Steve picked the mango because that's what he likes. So I think I am going to open the black sesame one because that's kind of, I don't know, in my head, the closest to a traditional mochi. Fresh mochi is even better, but you need to find a store that makes and sells fresh mochi daily, and they're hard to come by. There was one near where my parents used to live that we used to go to when we were living like near my parents, and that was really, really nice, and they were delicious. So that's what they look like, and I'm wanting to show you this because if you look at these, like they're really like squishy and they're very, very soft, and that's the normal texture for mochi, whereas this is like, you know, solid because the ice cream in it is frozen. And you get a lot more of the wrapper because if you look at this, it's only got like that little thin layer of wrapper and then the rest of it is all ice cream, whereas this is mostly the mochi, which is the wrapper, and the filling is just a very small amount. So you see how that's like really squishy, and that's the black sesame filling, and as you can see that there's very little filling in it, and it's not, that's even less sweet than the mochi ice cream. I think the mochi ice cream is probably like a 4, and the actual mochi itself is like a 2.5 on a scale of like 1 to 10 of sweet. If American candy and desserts is a 10, whereas, you know, this on the scale of 1 to 10, that's kind of like where it is. So if you think a custard tart, like an Aussie custard tart, I'd say would be like maybe a 4, maybe a 4.5. So it's not real sweet, but it's nice, and I do really like it. And I just want to show you that it's really squishy, and there's not much filling compared to this, which is mostly filling and very thin mochi wrapper. And the mochi wrapper is like what I like, which is that, you know, squishy texture. Anyway, so that's it. Let me grab a tissue because my hands are icky. I'm gonna leave there, finish my mochi and my ice cream, and put the rest of it back in the freezer so they don't melt. And yeah, so that's it. If you want to try them out, the mochis you can find in a grocery store. The ice cream you can find in the Woolies in the frozen section, in the ice cream section. I haven't found it in my Kohl's, but I live in a really small town, so it's harder to find a lot of the more, you want to say, exotic things in our grocery store. Okay, bye-bye.